Hello, everyone. Today is another episode of Xobin Talk, and I have a special guest with me today from EMICOOL, Rishabh. And Rishabh Shrivastava is working with EMICOOL and making a difference in the hiring stream. And today we are going to talk to him in the line of diversity and inclusion when he's hiring and what his thoughts are in the latest technology related to hiring and his experience, of course, and about his liking and disliking. So, over to you, Rishabh. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Manjit, for the brief introduction and for the opportunity to connect with you and everyone. So basically, I am handling business excellence and sustainability in EMICOOL. It's a district cooling company, and I have over 12 years of experience in the same domain. Earlier, I have worked with oil and gas, energy service companies, aviation fueling, and now I'm even facility management, and now I'm working with district cooling. Throughout my journey, I have helped all the organization in elevating their best practices. So I always collaborate with different functions in the organization, ranging from human resource, finance, operations, and to identify coherence and form a synergy in order to achieve better operational efficiency and how we can make the business more sustainable for the future generation. So, in short, I have worked closely with HR, and throughout my 12 years of experience, I can share in our discussions what are the things all the organization can adapt specifically to enhance their ESG goals and strategies, because ESG is something that is being now widely adapted and accepted by the organizations.
Yes.
ESG is a short form of environment, social, and governance. So over to you, Manjit. I mean, let's have a discussion, an interesting discussion on
Sure.
what organizations can do specifically in the field of HR.
Okay, that's really interesting to know your work experience for 12 years, over a decade. So it's really good, and we are going to learn from you a lot today related to ESG. First of all, I would like to have your opinion on the diversity, equity, and inclusion area, because now people started talking a lot, right? And you being working in Dubai, where global culture meets, right? So coming
Absolutely.
from you, it will make a lot of difference and give us a lot of insights on how Dubai market works. So please share your
Like,
experience.
sure, Manjit. So, I mean, coming to the basics, basically, diversity is having different or diverse representation. Yeah,
Mhm.
equity is all about fairness
Mhm.
among those diverse representation, and then inclusion is all about having everyone all together. Yeah. So coming from the basics, what I mean, we have seen, and it is evident in almost all the organizations, be it in developed nations or in developing nations, or be it
Mhm.
in GCC region as well, that DEI is being taken more as a tick box exercise, and it's still the core understanding is missing behind this concept. So you can have a diverse workforce, yet the organization might be lacking the equality part or the equity part and the inclusivity, or they might I mean it could be regional challenges as well, where you cannot have a diverse representation, but
Mhm.
again the inclusion aspect is not happening, yeah, or the equity aspect is not happening. In order to have a best practice or to acknowledge this particular concept, it should actually start from the hiring process, Manjit. So,
Okay.
so
Mhm.
I always advise my fellow colleagues in who are there in HR and in different domains that don't focus on diversity based hiring, but make your candidate of pool diverse. Yeah. And
Okay.
then you should always focus upon the cognitive diversity,
Okay.
because that's the main objective of an organization. So an organization requires an individual. So an organization need an individual who can fulfill its objective, right?
Okay.
But sometimes organization just having a DEI ticking box exercise, they actually forget about the main motive behind why we are hiring an employee into the organization.
Yes.
It's not about fulfilling the diversity aspect or the DEI aspect, but it's about fulfilling the organization need, what the organization want.
Yes.
A fair representation can happen in the pool of the candidates, but the person or the candidate who suits the most or who fits the most should be hired.
Yes, exactly. We should not just go after that. We have to go for diversity instead
That's
of, seeing like where our business can grow and which person will bring that to the table. You have a very valid point here.
Yeah, this is something every organization should consider. And yes, so during the hiring process itself, the hiring policy can be designed in such a way that they can have diverse CVs from different ethnic, from different representation of ethnicity, gender, yeah,
Okay.
nationalities. So they can have a diverse representation. I mean, I mean that clear sense of biasness can be mitigated during the time of recruitment process, but and the fair chance should be given to the one who is the most fitted to the organization. So that's where even the inclusivity and the equity also comes into place. So everything should be done at the hiring process and not once everybody is recruited or once a candidate is recruited.
Got it. So how do you find the diverse candidate at the time of hiring itself when you are setting up the strategy itself? Is there a process which you specifically following and seeing success in that?
So good question, Manjit. I mean, specifically talking about GCC region and
Mm-hmm.
specifically talking about the industry where you can, I mean, where there is male dominance. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's very hard to find different skill sets or diverse skill sets available in the market due to the regionality constraints. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
One of the initiative what we have taken is that although the pool of candidate might not be available in the market because of the
Mhm.
regionality constraint, but
Mhm.
you can influence the upcoming pool of candidates. So
Okay.
we went one step beyond and we started approaching the universities.
Okay.
And
Interesting.
we started influencing the students in the university that this industry is also something they can foresee and they can pursue in future. And we are now creating a future pool of candidates that is diverse enough and that will mitigate this risk.
Oh wow, that's amazing. So you are going, I mean, you have taken this initiative to going to colleges and make them aware about the possibility of them getting selected, and
That's
so you're managing. Wow, interesting thought process. So good. So that means your organization definitely support hiring of freshers, right? Where you can take them and make them grow with you, or maybe skill them and so forth, right?
Exactly, yes. So we have training programs, we have graduate training programs,
Mhm.
we have internships, we are also providing several initiatives like hackathons and other initiatives where we are engaging with the students of the university.
Right.
And that's how we are creating this potential pool of candidate for us, a diverse pool of candidate.
Okay, okay. So do you also go to campuses to hire them whenever your need comes on a regular basis, or is it like it is a plan once in a while?
So basically, so our objective is to create a pool of candidate, not just for our organization, but
Mm-hmm.
create the pool of candidates for the whole industry.
Oh, wow. How so?
So if we are if we are creating this interest, so we would be approaching hundreds of students, hundreds of
Mm-hmm.
candidates, potential candidates. We are creating this pool, yeah. So that influence or that sense of interest is being imbibed in these students. But as per the organization requirement, we would be proceeding with five candidates, or max to max 10
Okay.
candidates, 10 fresher candidates. Yeah,
Okay.
but the other remaining candidates have also good potential. But due to
Okay.
our organization requirements, we might not be pursuing them. But
Okay.
then it gives an opportunity for the whole industry, for the whole district cooling industry in this case,
Mm.
to have these diverse candidates, and they can hire. So even their diversification or diverse representation is
Mm.
being fulfilled through our initiative.
Okay, okay, great. So you're helping other organizations as well to take advantage of this talent pool, which you are developing,
That's
actually.
it. Yeah.
That's really great. And for job seekers also, it is very good, right? Fresh
True,
out
true.
of college, they don't know. They are kind of a blank slate, right? So they already don't have anything in mind, like what they will go forward to. But when you are teaching them and you are making them aware, it makes their life easy too. That's good
Yeah.
job. Good work for the job seekers and the industry. Good job, Rishabh. So now I'll come back to the size of the hiring process where you think the AI powered, now a lot of technologies are available and a lot of things are working on. So how do you see potential in that, and how do you utilize that in your practices?
Another amazing question, Manjeet. Um, you know, I have heard. I mean, when ChatGPT launched, I mean, yeah, it's almost 1 year now.
Mhm.
There was a buzz in the market that yes, AI will start replacing the jobs. AI will replace the
Exactly.
jobs. Yeah,
Exactly.
specifically they used to target the shared resources. Yeah, so not the core employees who are working on field or on the floor, but all the shared resources started feeling that yeah, AI is going to replace their job. But
Mm-hmm.
there's always one statement I always say to my colleagues is that AI will not replace the job, but AI will definitely replace the job description.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very
So,
true.
so I mean, we have to leverage the power of AI, and we have to delegate all the mundane tasks to be done by the AI itself. And in the field of HR, we have actually seen potential use cases that how AI can actually transform the HR function as a whole. For
Mm.
example, um, we have behavioral assessments tools in
Okay.
place. We have skills assessment tools in place. We have the past data of each and every employees. With
Mm-hmm.
the help of AI, we can actually now predict that the potential candidate whom we are going to hire will be an organization fit or not based upon our
Mm-hmm.
attrition data. So the employee
Correct.
who have left the organization, we
Mm.
can actually correlate with the behavioral pattern, with the skill pattern, and we can see
Okay.
whether the potential candidate who is about to join, we can actually predict their tenure in the organization and whether they will be organization fit or not. So with the help of AI, the interview process will not be only skill fit, but
Mm.
it will become more of organization fit. So that's
Okay.
how you can actually reduce down further your attrition rate. So this is one of the use cases we are also exploring out.
Mm-hmm.
Another use case is, I mean, most of the companies already have employee self-service platforms in
Mm-hmm.
place
Mm-hmm.
where the employees can apply for their leaves, get their bank letters, other requests, other documentations. But that employee self-service can also be further enhanced by answering the queries related to the HR policies or the company policies. Because for that, still the employees are actually consuming a lot of time of HR personnel. And this can also be delegated in the form of chatbots, in the form
Yes,
of,
I
yeah.
agree.
So that can also, so with the help of these mundane tasks being delegated to the AI, you can
Mhm.
automatically start thinking more on the strategic frontier then. So that's the change of the job description that will happen. So from the operational mundane tasks, these all
Mhm.
will be removed and deleted from your job description, and more strategic insights, more strategic contribution will come into your job description and skill sets.
That's really nice. You are seeing the positive side of AI, and leaders are seeing positive side of AI. But I know still there is a hype about AI. What it will do, it will replace a job. Still, we are hearing those things. It is not yet. I mean, gone out of the mind of the people. Mostly executive levels, and they are having this kind of fear that okay, we have to learn something, but and if we don't learn, you are going to lose. I mean, this is what I think, but they think is as a tough job, something new came, so everybody is a little fearful. But thanks for clarifying that. I think that will help a lot of people to take this and learn from it instead of getting
Yes,
fearful. Just learn and be more efficient, right? That's the whole idea.
true, true.
So that's really good, which will save a lot of time. So coming to time, how do you see, flexible work arrangements, or, hybrid mode or remote? So many things are there. So what is your say on that area, flexibility?
I mean, since I closely work with carbon emission data being
Mm-hmm.
representing the environment, social, and governance aspect, and creating ESG strategies for organization, GHG emissions and inventory is something where I closely work upon.
Mm-hmm.
GHG is greenhouse gases,
Okay.
and now so after the Paris Agreement, each and every country has signed up an agreement, a target that they have to achieve net zero by
Mm.
2050. Even
Okay.
UAE in this case have to achieve net zero. It means that the company's net emission should be zero. Yeah,
Oh.
so they have to achieve this target by 2050.
Mm.
Now, in order to do this, you need to keep a track on your carbon emissions. So, and for any business activity, be it a very minuscule thing, even this webinar, what we are having right
Mm.
now, is also consuming electricity, and eventually this is also leading to carbon emission, right?
Mm.
So we
Yes.
need to keep a track of each and every business activity as well.
Okay.
And we need to create a repository or an inventory. And then we need to formulate strategic objectives at how we can reduce down these emissions. So there are
Okay.
three types of emission, just to give you a background, Manjit.
Sure.
So there are three types of emissions: scope one, scope two, and scope three.
Mm-hmm.
Scope one is direct emission. So, and any business activity that leads to direct emission of carbon into the atmosphere. So it could be running your vehicle, yeah, or running your diesel generators. So these all are
Mm-hmm.
scope one, direct emissions. And then you have scope two and scope three. These are indirect emission. Scope two is basically your electricity and your grid emission. And
Mm-hmm.
scope three is anything else. So it could be your stationery, it could be your papers, it could be
Okay.
your water consumption, it could be employee commute, business travels. All these things comes in scope three.
Mm-hmm.
If you talk about coming back to remote working culture and adaptation of remote working, it really helps in reducing down scope two and scope three emissions as well. So, I mean, we have seen it having benefits of work life balance, having benefits of enhanced productivity, better cognitive abilities, but
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, it is this particular model is sustainable as well because
Mm-hmm.
it is helping the organization in reducing down their scope three emissions. For
Okay.
example, if there is remote working work culture, then definitely the employee will not be commuting to the office, right?
Correct, exactly.
So there will be less of carbon emission. Now, since employee is not commuting to the office, the electricity consumption inside the office will not be
Will be
required. So
less.
again,
Okay,
further
all are
reduction.
correlated.
All are correlated. Employees will not use stationaries. They will not use
Absolutely.
other tools, maybe coffee vending machine, coffee cups. So everything will reduce.
Hmm.
So automatically your carbon emission goes down, and such type of practices actually helps organization in achieving their net zero strategy as well. Now the real challenge that comes in, Manjeet, is that it's not one solution fit for all. Yeah, there are
Absolutely.
manufacturing industries. You need employees over there.
Retail,
You
not
you
to
still,
forget retail.
yeah, even for retail. So you cannot have hybrid work culture everywhere. But
Mm-hmm.
what best you can do is start promoting, I mean, practices such as satellite offices. So, I have seen certain service industry where everyone is going to a set location. Yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
again, from a thought process, now you have business centers concept all across. Yeah. So you
Correct.
can actually establish satellite offices that are closer to the employee residential, where the employee is residing. So
Mm-hmm.
instead of traveling to a longer distance, maybe bunch of employee can sit in a satellite office. So such type of practices can also help. Another thing is, if nothing can be avoided, nothing can be accepted, then at least promote carpooling for the
Mm-hmm.
employees. They can also help in reducing down the carbon emission. But again, if you talk about, since our discussion is more into the remote working practices, so at least our engagement with the suppliers or with the supply chain, those engagement we can actually limit to remote discussions itself.
Okay.
For
Mm-hmm.
example, even in our organization, recently, just to cut down the emissions because of our customers visiting our customer center offices for several inquiries and several queries related to their billing process and related to other aspects, we have actually established virtual office itself. So now
Oh,
the employees, instead of visiting physically, they can actually connect virtually,
virtually.
and
Okay,
they can.
connect and
Yeah.
do it. Interesting. Very
So
interesting.
such type of practices, yeah, will definitely help in reducing down the carbon emission.
Yeah, not only it is helpful for ourselves, but for our entire Earth. So very good.
Yes.
GG mission is going great then.
Yeah.
That sounds really good. What about data-driven decision making? What is your say on that area? Now everything is data, so that's why we need to touch upon this part as well.
That's correct. So data has already been there since ages. Yeah.
Yes.
The main challenge most of the organization faces is, basically there are two challenges. One is the data quality. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
usually, data sometimes, if you need to create an information out of
Mm-hmm.
that data, you might be requiring multiple data sources, and those multiple
Yes.
data sources can either be manual, handwritten, it could be Excel sheets, or
Mm-hmm.
it could be a fantastic software or a tool where it is getting stored. But to
Mm-hmm.
derive an information, you need all of these data sources. And that, so if you see in terms of data quality, manual versus a full-fledged data repository or a software, we know the bandwidth of the data quality. So
Yes.
the information that is being inferred again gets distorted because of the diverse data quality. So that's something, first of all, every organization should pursue, that in order to proceed with a data driven decision making, they should first look onto the source of the data quality and source of the data and the data quality. Once
Mm-hmm.
they achieve this particular frontier, then the opportunities are limitless, Manjeet. Again, taking example from HR itself, as I also mentioned in my in our previous discussion in the AI discussion as well. where the attrition data can be so helpful at the time of the recruitment itself that it can mitigate or it can reduce down your attrition numbers coming in the future. Yeah.
Correct.
So, I mean, if you see the data or the capability of inferring a data, if you have a good quality of data, how it impacts a company in a longer run. Another example I can give from the data-driven decision making is mainly we have the customers' data for us. Yeah, so I'll give you more from the operational side now. So we have the customer data and we have the customer profiling as well. So coming from a district cooling industry, we are catering to different schools, we are catering to different hospitals, residential. So it's a different profile of people and different profile of individual. How even data is helping us is that we know the commercial profile, building profile of a commercial office space. So we know that an office will work from 8 to 5 or 9 to 10. Yeah, and that is the requirement where you would be requiring the air conditioning the most. Correct? For example, yeah. And definitely, people who are staying at home would be either in the schools or in the offices. So you don't require that much of cooling consumption in the residential cluster. Yeah. So with the help of data, we can actually redirect the demand based upon the requirements. So then we optimize our cooling instead of cooling everything altogether and increasing the energy consumption. We focus our cooling towards where it is required the most. So it is required in the schools during the school hours, it is required in the office during the office hours, and then at night, definitely, of course, it is required in the residential community or the cluster. So that's how data can actually impact each and every element of the organization, being it from HR, being it from operations, being it from IT. You can do wonders. But the starting point is you need to have a good control on the data quality and the source of the data.
That is really very beneficial to know about data and how important role it plays, right, in supply and demand aspect as well. That is very nice, Rishabh. It has been great talking to you, and we could learn a lot from you. But I would also like to know a little bit about yourself, what you like to do, and how what inspires you. And if somebody is looking out to start look up to you and see like what they should be focusing on their career, if you would like to guide them.
First of all, again, thank you, Manjit. I mean, it was a pleasure discussing this topic with you, and I hope I have added value from the ESG perspective in our discussion. Coming back to myself, so basically, I am a computer science engineer, and then I did my MBA in energy and petroleum. And then I did a couple of other certification courses. So I started with Six Sigma Black Belt, and then I also pursued design thinking coach certification, and then I started pursuing more towards the energy orientation. So I am also certified measurement and verification professional. I'm also certified energy manager.
Oh, wow.
So basically, every year I usually see what's there in the market. Try to upskill yourself to stay relevant with the industry, relevant with your field. So these are the things I usually do from my professional frontier. From my personal frontier, I used to be a part of a rock band during my college days. So I'm a lead guitarist. So I love music. So I play guitar, I play piano, I also play flute. So this is something I'm really passionate about. So whenever I get time off from my office, I usually do some gigs with my colleagues.
Oh, wow. That's really another part of you, which is very, very nice to know. I mean, a guitarist, what a, I mean, once somebody talks about guitar, the Goa beach comes into the mind, right? Where we are and how smooth the wind is flowing and some nice music is running. So that's really nice of you. And yeah, I like this part about you, that you keep on learning and you keep on upskilling yourself, and you uh, doesn't stop you from learning anything. And I think that is, people can learn from you, especially job seekers who are looking for their career growth, and they want to be into HR. So I think continuous learning is the lesson they should learn from you, and that is how you have grown so much. So thanks so much, Rishabh, for sharing this with us. It has been a pleasure having you today. And I hope the audience of Xobin Talks will enjoy our talk here. Thank you.
Likewise. Thank you so much, Manjeet. Thank you.
Thank you.